What up, guys? Is my mic on? It is. Just get the chat up properly. Hey, Irfan. Hi, Julian. Please review my tracks submitted last week. I only review tracks that are submitted on the day, unfortunately. So if you want your track reviewed, you need to submit it today. If I do tracks from last week, I'll never ever get into the present. They'll always just be catching up with cues. Okay, let's see who we've got so far. First donation is from Anonymous. Looks like Anonymous is LP. Did announce it, so let's see. I fixed my sound so it's working now through Ableton, and we can do downloads again. Hey, just a dream. Okay. Let's start. Hey, Mix Warp. Okay. Yeah, it's nicely produced track. Like the mix quality is good. Nice instruments. Everything fits nicely. The only problem is it just doesn't feel like the track really progresses. Just feels like very repetitive. So I think you just need to try and take it on more of a journey. But yeah, didn't really have any other comments. The rest is mixed nicely and some nice sounds. Vocals sound good. It's really just that dun, 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 melody that is just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So yeah, I'd work on that. Who next? Bamunya. Today is quiet on the Feedback Friday. What's going on? Oh, maybe it's because it's Easter Friday. Everybody's out for lunch. Look at this guy, not even putting a limiter on. Actually, no. People who don't put limiters on get the Ableton limiter as punishment. Okay, nice drums, nice groove. The bass line is really nice. I'm just not really getting much from the rest of the track. The mix is good, I think. Low end might be slightly too heavy. Probably fine though. But yeah, it feels like the hook of the track is this bass line, but it's not like, well, it is cool. It's just not enough of a journey for me to like want to come back and listen to it again. But yeah, otherwise it's good. Really like the bass line. I think maybe if you change the bass line to play like some variations of the actual like bass line melody, then maybe it would be more interesting. Okay, we are done with the paid queue, which is probably the first time ever that's happened. So I'll go on to next person, which is Mindset. Okay, yeah, I think there's some mix improvements that could be made to this. Like, yeah. I just think some of the drums are too quiet, like the clap snares a bit drowned out. It feels like there's too much like reverb. Like it's not a very dynamic mid range. It's just like full constantly. So like that's probably why the clap's not really coming through that much. That white noise might be too loud, which is also taking away from the impact. Like you need to get that fine balance where it like gives energy but doesn't suck out the energy from the kick. The lead is okay. It's not giving me the feels that I'm looking for. But I think the sound could probably be improved. Just a nicer, beefier lead sound would be good. This one feels a little bit thin and just kind of plain sawy kind of sound. The structure is pretty short for a track like this, with like half the track basically being a build-up. So maybe you could look at shortening this section and doubling the length of this one, or just making this one a bit longer. But I think to warrant a longer track, you need a stronger idea too. The idea to me doesn't feel that strong. I think the glide also on the bass line was a bit too long. Like the boom is just, it's almost like it just takes a little bit too long. Maybe like try dial back the glide by like 10 milliseconds or something. Just so it can actually like reach the note and stay on the note for a few milliseconds and then go back down. Oh, is my mic low? Okay. Let me turn down the music. Is this better now? Testing. Looks like it could be better. Okay, cool. Let's move on down the queue. Done LP, so next is times and Okay. Yeah, that lead was not doing it for me at all. I feel like the lead is just too. It's like a really plain saw wave with glide on it, and it's just a very sustained and in your face tone. Like for something that is that consistent throughout the track, the melody needs to be like truly amazing for it to be able to last that long. And it's just it didn't feel like it was doing anything. It was just it needs like just a stronger musical idea, I think. The the drums are really like also like really simple. So you've basically just got like this kick and really straight hi-hat, and then that's, I don't know, djembe or something that's just like punk punk. I think you have like so much room to like build out a really nice drum groove and then build up some other elements to like support this lead and move around it. But mostly I just think it needs a stronger musical idea. Alrighty. Let's go down the list. Which track yesterday? You mean the live stream one? I wasn't too sure about it. I've been listening to it today and I kind of like it. This one. Yeah, I do. I like the drums a lot and that the melody and stuff feels good. I just felt like yesterday, I don't know, it almost didn't feel like it was very well received. Not saying that people need to be like, oh my God, this is an amazing song. But generally, when I write something that does sound good, people do give like a more of a response. So this is the problem actually with live streaming everything I write is like I judge the songs based on like people's reactions too at the time, not just on whether I think it's good or not. Sometimes I'm like, I think it's good, but maybe it isn't. But yeah, I think a few people did comment and say they liked it.
So if you wanna take a ride there, well I'm ready to dream. Bury my mind, you'll have my body and soul. Searching all night for your light. Where did you go? 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 Where did you go?
It's not an egg shaker. It's I don't even know what to call it. It's just wooden. It's not egg shaped. It's one of these things. The Nino percussion. It's my shittiest sounding shaker that I have, actually. It's pretty useless. I haven't ever used it. It's just got a shitty sound. It's too grainy. Yeah, so back to the song. It feels very afterlifey. I think you've got like some good ideas in there, but I feel like the whole track just needs to be brought up production wise, like really polished. Feels very like stripped back, and the sound design and not the arrangement from. I don't mean like the arrangement of like the intro, chorus, and all of that sort of arrangement, like the lateral arrangement, but more like the way elements are arranged in relation to each other, like the mix down, the layering and stuff, just isn't quite there yet. Feels like a good idea, but not, yeah, basically not polished. Like the kick is quite dull. It's not like cutting through the mix nicely, and all the drums pretty much just need to be like more impressive and big. The leads too, like distort them and do some like parallel processing to like really bring them out and get people guessing how they were made. And yeah, like people with these sort of tracks find like with the Afterlife stuff, it's not the thing that makes them work really well is that they have this like really big and impressive like futuristic kind of like sound design in them. It's like the musical ideas are usually actually pretty average. Like I don't listen to a lot of Afterlife stuff and go, oh my god, that melody just took me into another world. It's more like, oh, that sound is so cool, that synth is so cool. I wonder what synth they used for that. So yeah, like with this sort of style, I think it's all about the sound design, really. Okay, who's next? That was Was that Dylan? Yeah. DJ Lemoon. Seriously, a YouTube link? Okay, so this is released, so there's no real point in giving you feedback on stuff to improve. I guess maybe there is. Okay. Yeah, mix sounded okay. I think overall the thing about this track was that it just didn't really have an element that was like hooking me. But everything that's there sounds pretty nice. It almost feels like there isn't room for a hooky kind of melody. But if you did write something, then you could have maybe low passed something or just reduced the volume of something else to make space for it. It just feels kind of like everything there is like very background. Okay, next, Jamal. Okay, yeah, this one felt pretty good. One thing was on this drop. This felt like on the drop that energy needs to be on the downbeat. But yeah, the melody is cool on this. Sound design is cool. You could probably make it a bit longer. Again, this like, if you just look at this visually, basically half the track is just like breakdowns and intros. There's no, because this feels like quite a clubby track. But you couldn't really play this in a club because half the time people would just be standing around waiting for something to happen. I think the drums could be a little like you could take that high end and like spread it out, like pan hats left and right and stuff, and just make it a bit more stereo. But yeah, otherwise it's sounding good. Okay, next track. It's this one. Okay, I think in this case, it's like, it sounds like you've probably been very new to music production. There's too much for me to tell you what's wrong here. Like, I think in this case, you just need to keep on practicing, keep producing, watching tutorials, and just like leveling everything up. Yeah, it just sounds like, complete kind of beginner track. I'm not trying to be harsh, but I'm just saying that, it's like, it's not like I can just tell you, oh, you need to change your kick and the track will be, releasable. You need to do learning on structure and music theory and arrangement, sound design, mixing. Pretty much the whole package needs to be leveled up, which is fine. I was there too once. Yeah. Next one. Okay, yeah, I think in this one the shakers are just too loud and like consistent. There's not much movement in the drums. Like that's the main thing I'm noticing so far. And it feels like the instruments are also kind of heading that direction too. It's feeling a bit too repetitive. Yeah, okay, so it's like I said, it's pretty much the same thing with the synths. It feels like very loopy. Like it doesn't feel like there's much movement happening. Um, yeah, I just think this needs stronger musical idea, pretty much, and a lot more movement throughout the track in the drums and the synth. Thanks, Just a Dream. Appreciate the comment. Okay, I'm gonna go until 3 p.m. today, which is in half an hour. Hey. Okay, cool track. I think it's nicely produced and it's got a lot of bounce and groove and musicalities there. It's just not my like style of music. It's just a subjective thing. It's not. I don't. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of like the more jazzy side of house that I don't really like. But I can appreciate it. Sounds good. I think the one thing that could maybe be improved is like the drum selection, getting more like almost like acoustic sounding drums in there. And maybe like giving your kick a little bit more weight, like a bit more punch, just boosting the sub a bit. I noticed the kick is like really short. Actually kind of works for the style, I guess. Yeah, maybe it's just more like the drum selection should be slightly more acoustic in my opinion. Oh, we got a donation from Leander. Thanks, Leander. Let's go find your track. Triplets. Drums feel too quiet in relation to the piano. Okay. Yeah, that I think the big thing with this is that it didn't feel like you got like this house beat there, but it didn't feel like a dance track. It just felt like piano improv over, a drum beat. It didn't feel like a one cohesive song idea, or yeah, at least for dance music. It's kind of like this piano is just going off and improvising pretty much. And then, like I said, the drums and the beat overall is just too quiet in relation to the piano. So yeah, I think bringing that up would help a lot. And then like finding one good idea and kind of running with that rather than just this piano that goes off. Um, on this wild journey. Okay. Who's next? We were here. Baile. Okay, we got 6 tracks here. Which track did you want? I'll do one track of yours. Choose wisely. I'll come back to it because I don't know. Oh, actually, you're typing now, so let's see. You've just linked the whole album again. Yeah, I'll give you a few seconds to reply. Only Night Walk, okay. Okay, I like the vocoder. That sounds cool. And the vibe overall is pretty cool. I'm just not really a fan of this retrowave sound. Yeah, that's just not my thing. This retrowave slash synthwave or whatever you call it. Yeah, doesn't not my thing. Um, like my gut feeling is that I would say, oh, there's too much reverb on the snare and stuff, but I feel like that gated snare reverb is kind of part of the retro sound. Like every bit of feedback that I have in my head is basically going to make this track not retro anymore. I think for a retro track it works, but yeah, definitely not giving me the feels because I guess it's just not my style. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Menu. Yeah, I don't know why this track is so quiet because it looks like visually it looks loud. So yeah, maybe just turn up your speakers. It's a decent track so far. It feels like the kind of like progressive stuff you hear on what's it like Lost and Found and Sad Beat kind of. Yeah, that sort of progressive. Sounds decently mixed too. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. And yes, you're right. It is too quiet. I don't know why though. Can't figure it out. But I've tried to turn it up for you guys. Hopefully, it got a bit louder. But yeah, this track was really well produced and good vibes. It's a nice, like, chill groover. It doesn't really have like a hook to it, but something I could see myself like just enjoying in the sun, just chilling in my garden, having a barbecue, and just vibing out. Felt really nice and really well mixed. So well done. Yeah, so I'm done in 10 minutes, which means that the next track is most likely going to be the last track, depending on how long it takes me. I'm just going to put up the last track sign here. Yeah, you see how much louder that one is. That was so weird. I don't know why that other track was so quiet. Cool. I think it was a pretty cool track. I dig the sound design on it, especially like I think it's the lead stacks very nicely with that distorted bass, and kind of dialed in the distortion really nicely to where it doesn't sound ugly. It just hits right. Through here, when it's on its own, it feels not so nice, but in the context of everything else, it feels good. So I think in this section, maybe you can add another element or something. Don't really have much else constructive to tell you. It's a pretty nice track. Is the overall volume from yesterday quite? Might be. I don't know. I've messed with it today. I turned down the main volume because my voice was too quiet. I don't know. Anyway, it's too late now. I'll do one more track because I got 5 more minutes. Next track is Sergi.
The pain you feel sometimes is not meant to leave you broken, but rather break you open, 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 The pain you feel sometimes is not meant to leave you broken, but rather break you open.
Okay, I think the low end feels a bit too busy. That's the first thought I had. I think it would sound better with just like a nice straight kind of sustained sub that follows the chords. At the moment it sounds like there's, I don't know, maybe some toms plus a plucky bass line. Just feels a bit like I can't really follow what's happening in the low end. The piano sounds too like gated. Like it doesn't have a nice natural decay. Maybe just whatever piano you're using needs some release on it. The chords are pretty cool. The vocal, I'm not a big fan of the spoken word thing, but I think this is one of the better ones where it kind of works. Track is really short, by the way. It's like 2 minutes is really short. You could make it longer. Yeah, I think it's mainly the low end that I would work on to get this track ready, like grooving nicely. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys. Sorry I can't get to everybody's tracks. I know it's disappointing. But yeah, I just don't have much time, unfortunately. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy your Easter if you celebrate it. And if not, have a good weekend. And I'll see you next week. Peace.